Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel. How do we start? How do we even start after a 4-0 defeat in Stamford Bridge versus Chelsea? I don't know. I'm not really used to these kind of videos. I already spoke about defeats, I spoke about draws, I spoke about not beautiful wins. But 4-0 defeat, it didn't happen since 2004 versus Roma. Before that, it was versus Fulham, 4-1. Before that, we have to go really long time ago to find another 4-0. So I'm not used to that. I don't want to go and show you beautiful edits of the front pages of the Italian sport papers because we know and we knew it. It was predictable. Yesterday they didn't even speak about Chelsea Juve. Today we are all on all the front pages. They are speaking about a small Juve, about the shame. And are they correct or not? Yes, they are. Because yesterday was a shame. I don't want to go through all the front pages. I don't want to go into the articles. I don't even want to go and to read what the players said post-game, like Bonucci, like all the players. If you want to, you can find them easily on OneFootball. Everything has been reported. I remind you guys, if you want to, you can download for free for iOS and from Android on your mobile phone. It's super easy. It is for free. OneFootball, best app if you want to remain up to date with Juventus. This is your choice, guys. If you want to read all these articles, they are also speaking about Vlahovic. This is up to you. But in that video, guys, I want to go through the disgusting performance. Because yes, if you lose 4-0 versus Chelsea, it is a disgusting performance. I first want to speak about the fact that we were already qualified. The game was not as important as we were thinking. I knew it. I predicted the 0-0. Knowing Allegri, knowing the team, knowing the importance of the game. The game was more for the prestige, for the name, for finishing first of the group. But we know that first or second in Champions League doesn't make a big difference because you never know who you can draw in the knockout stages. And we know, between you and me, you can find Real Madrid, Barcelona, and you can go and win, or you can find a team like Ajax, Lyon, or Porto, and you can go out. So is that a big difference? No. Anyway, I was expecting that yesterday we would play with some players like Rugani, like Moisken, like Arthur, players that didn't have a lot of minutes in their legs, because we should have done a turnover. And losing versus Chelsea, the winners of the Champions League, would not be a shame. Losing, you can. You can if the importance of the game is not that high, but I was not expecting to play with 9 on 11 starters. And why am I saying 9? Because you are missing Danilo, you are missing Dybala that enters in the second half after the 3-0, not to go back and try to win the game, but to have him a few minutes in his leg for the game versus Atalanta. So 9 on 11 starters, and that's a big problem. That's a big problem. Also because I didn't understand Allegri's choices. You know that I'm defending always the team. I'm always defending the management. I'm always defending Allegri. Yesterday, I can't defend Allegri for his initial choices, because if you are putting 4 center midfielders to play a 4-4-2, there is a problem. There is a problem, especially if you see the game versus Lazio, where after the injury of Danilo, you are going in a 4-3-3, where you use the max potential of Rabiot, that was one of the best in that game, where you are using Kulusevski, that missed a lot, but was offensively involved in the game. If you are playing like that, you have a problem. You have a problem because then, on top of the fact that Rabiot is Rabiot is not a phenomenon. Rabiot missed a lot of things, but on top of that, you are even putting him out of position. On top of that, you are playing with Bentancur, and when Rabiot is out of position playing as a left winger, when McKennie is playing as a right winger, what happens? That you are playing with 2 in the midfield, 2-man midfield, Bentancur and Locatelli. What happens? We know when Bentancur is in front of a game where he has to play in a 2-man midfield, he's going in a disaster. Bentancur, where nobody probably was expecting something from him after his start of the season that was not good, except of a few parts of games. Yesterday he showed that probably he's not Juve material. It is what it is, guys. We have to speak about that. What was really worrying me was that maybe we wanted to go for a strategy of 4-3-1-2 with McKennie behind the two strikers, Chiesa and Morata. After 10 minutes, I was watching the stats, how we were lined up on the field, and what did I discover? After 10 minutes, we were playing a 8-1-1. I'm not exaggerating. These are really stats and heat maps and also average position after 10 minutes, 8-1-1. If you see the 90 minutes of Juventus yesterday, we see that only one player was up over the line of Chelsea in that average position. Who was it? Not Morata. Not the center forward that has been criticized yesterday. Not him. It was Federico Chiesa. Federico Chiesa totally absent yesterday, not involved at all in the game. Morata, he was behind the line. He was in our midfield, and this is a problem because he had a center midfield position where all the other ones were even deeper. Problem because Chelsea, European team, winners of the last Champions League, they were pressing high, playing European football. What we were not able to do, absolutely not. Performance of the players, worse. Alexandro, we had Rabiot, we had Bentancur, but generally all the players were bad. Bad except of McKennie with some sparkles, Locatelli sometimes, and Szczesny. Szczesny that actually saved us, because it could have been even worse. 4-0 is even kind, and it's a disaster to admit it on the channel, but it is the truth. Yesterday, people were furious with the words of Allegri that said that he played okay first half, but that we collapsed in the second half. He said that the important thing is that we were qualified first or second, makes no sense, but they congratulated the players to qualify to Champions League. Guys, what do you want Allegri to say in front of the microphones? Doing the Mourinho, bashing all the team with having poor results after that outcome, after that bursting words of Mourinho after a defeat in Europe. No, these kind of things doesn't happen at Juve. What he said probably to the players is a total different story, because it's not acceptable to lose 4-0 versus Chelsea. People were screaming for Vlahovic being the solution, and that's where I want to say, guys, Vlahovic alone will not be the solution. By the way, on OneFootball, I already told you they are speaking about the first attempt for January already from a Juventus to Vlahovic, 50 million euro. That Fiorentina is thinking that is a bit too less, and probably they are correct. But he will not be the savior of the team. Why? Because if you see the game as yesterday, Morata was playing as a center midfielder. He was there. He was not even up front. And it's not the first game that we see an average position of our center forward like that. If that's the idea, if that's how we are playing, you can put Vlahovic, you can put Messi, you can put Pele, you can put Maradona, whoever you want to. They will not be able to do what we want to do. Not even a Lewandowski, that is probably at the moment the best number 9. It is a deeper problem, a problem of game, a problem of mentality, a problem of physical condition, a problem of trust in ourselves, a problem that at the moment probably the material of Juve is not that high, and we will have to change. We already spoke about the fact that this season will be a season of ups and downs, even after the beautiful streak of winning versus Spezia, Sampdoria, Zenit, Torino, and so on. We won like 6 games in a row, I believe, Roma and so on. After the last 3 wins that we had versus Zenit, versus Fiorentina, versus Lazio, I told you on the channel, pay attention, guys, because we didn't solve everything. It will be a up and down this season. It will be a roller coaster. And we will have to be patient. We are in that moment. I'm really sorry that Juve fans have to go through that moment, but it's a reality. We are in that moment. Maybe we will win versus Atalanta. Maybe not. Let's see. This season will be hard. Don't forget about first position in Serie A. Forget about winning the Champions League. These things will not happen this season. We will have to rebuild. We are in a rebuilding phase, and it will take time. Now, one big point that I want to raise is the difference between the leagues. Yesterday, I was reading an article of Guido Vassiago on Tuttosport. He was mentioning the fact that new TV contracts were signed for Premier League, English Premier League, where the entries will be 10 times bigger than what we will have in Serie A. Guys, continuing like that, with that big difference, we will not be able to compete anymore in European level, at European top level. Something has to happen, because more we go, more it will be hard. Teams like Newcastle with new owners, they will come and they will make it even worse. It will be really hard, guys. So not only we did mistakes and we are paying hard price for it, for Ramsey, from Bentancur, from Rabiot, from all these players, we did mistakes. We were not able to do Mercato with COVID consequences. It will be hard. It will be hard. But one thing is sure, guys, we are playing a crucial game, an important game versus Atalanta. Hopefully our players have that sense of fighting for the shirt. Hopefully they love our black and white shirt. Hopefully they realize that losing 4-0 versus Chelsea, the winners, yes, of Champions League, but it's still not acceptable if your name is Juventus. If Juventus is written all over your shirt, it's not okay. We have to honor our shirts. We supporters, we have the right to be pissed off. We have the right to criticize everything, because today, more than black and white, today everything is black. But we will have to support, to continue believing in this team. Probably not for big results this season, but probably for the future. A near future, because we have one certainty: our name is and will remain Juventus. We already had these kind of dark moments in our history, but one thing is sure is every dark moment is followed up by great moments and beautiful streaks of win. So don't jump off the boat, remain with us, stick with us, suffer, but we will go out stronger than ever. Grazie for following the channel. Put a maximum of like if your heart allow you to. Thank you, Forza Juve.